you ever asked yourself, why is it easy for a beginner to become profitable than someone who has been in the game for long, someone who has some kind of experience? Because for sure, if you compare a beginner and someone who has been trading for some time and probably they are not profitable, they'll all tell you like when they were beginners, they were actually making some good money. But as they gained experience, they started losing, getting a lot of losses. Is because you have a lot of information. Yeah, like when you are a beginner, you have like the information you have is limited. You don't know so much. For example, if you check this guy anasema 100%, ndio maana mtu akiwa beginner anajua strategy moja simple, ako profitable, but akianza kujua mingi zinaleta losses. That's what normally happen. You see, when you are a beginner, you have very limited information, and the few details that you have is what you normally use to analyze the market. Yeah, so you find you trade what you see, but as time goes by, unaenda unawash you trade an analyze market hivi, unaenda kwa mwingine ana analyze market hivi, unaenda kwa mwingine ana analyze market hivi. So all these different people are actually using different method and different approaches in doing market analysis. And what happens, wewe sasa unafika pale unashindwa utumie strategy gani, how do you analyze the market? So unaenda unatumia huyu nusu ya huyu. By the end of the day you have a hybrid strategy. So ukiingia kwa ile market hadi unakuwa confused. You try to look for a market that meets all those conditions, that meets all those strategies that you corrected from different people, and it even becomes very hard to actually get such a market. And even that time when you get that market, like you have a lot of, you start asking a lot yourself a lot of questions. Green buy iko hapa, red buy iko hapa, mara what will happen? And that time when you are actually asking yourself those questions, the market is still moving. And what happens wakati unaingia market unaenda ku lose. So this is what I wish to tell you. Yeah, like it's very easy for a beginner to become profitable than someone who has been in the market for a very long time, someone who has some kind of experience in the market. Yeah, because the person with that experience, who has some kind of experience with the market, akiingia kwa market, they have a lot of information, they have a lot of they have a lot of information yenye inawa pull down. But a beginner unapata yeye anajua tu ukienda kuanalyze market ya over 3 na angalia green bar, blue bar, sijui red bar iko on the lower side, then sijui digit za lower zikuwe sijui less than 10%, zingine zikuwe more than 10% na zikuwe zina increase. That one is more than enough kwa kama ni entry point anajua tiki kiguza wapi, sijui anaingia market gani, and they even don't think twice. Lakini wewe, because you have a lot of information, you know, like the digit with the blue bar is the second most appearing digit, it has a very high potential, like you are trying to argue within yourself. Yeah, so what I wish to tell you is trade what you see, not what you think, because most of you have been trading what you think. Yeah, not what you see. Trade what is in the charts, not where you are thinking like kitu yenye unafikiria charts inastahili kufanya. Trade what you see, not what you think. Yeah, because the moment you try, the reason why most of you are actually still losing is because you trade what you think, not what you see. Because what you see and what you think, like they might be completely different. Yeah, and if you trade what you think and the market says different, you'll end up losing. So you have a lot of information, you need to limit the kind of information that you have. Just have information yenye unajua tu ni resourceful, because you guys have a lot of information. Unapata huyu ako na strategy hii like unaweza pata msee ako na strategy ya over 3 strategies kama 5 na anataka kuapply kwa hybrid zote azitumie pamoja. It's not possible. So you only need to just have what is working most of the time, not what is working 100%, because most of you are out here looking for strategy that is working 100%. Let me tell you for sure, even myself, I have never found one, and since I know it's not possible, I'm never looking for one. Yeah, so I'm just comfortable with whatever I have. But lakini wewe utapata ulikuwa una trade vizuri over 4, umewini vizuri for a whole week, wakati utapiga loss unasema hiyo strategy ya PK imekuwa badia, unaenda kwa mwingine, unaenda una backtest na wako unaitumia for 2-3 days, unapoteza, unaenda kwa mwingine. By the end of the day, when will you ever become profitable? The fact that you lost doesn't mean that the strategy is not working. You might lose, it might have been a bad day in office, so you don't have to loiter around. Yeah, so wait, after took a strategy, just look for a strategy that is working most of the time, not a strategy that is working all the time, because there is none. Sawa sawa, hope tumeelewana hapo. Siku ingine